Let's talk about your pre-season. You had a cracking pre-season. How did that sort of build you up for this year?
Yeah, it was like obviously great to be with the first team and everything like that. And when we went away for the pre-season games, and I got my chance to sort of play, and obviously the goal and everything like that. So that was brilliant. And working under McLaren, because meant that was knee. He wasn't there, but yeah, McLaren was brilliant. And, like he taught the young lads especially like quite a lot, and helped us to sort of really progress and everything like that. So yeah, that was really good for me. I needed that, and I sort of wanted them to sort of I didn't want that to be the end of it, and then to be finished there. I wanted to sort of really kick on, and sort of from there I've been sort of trying to push myself in, and obviously it's been difficult. Obviously there's a lot of midfield options and everything like that. So now for me I think personally I need to get out now and start playing games, and then force myself in, because it's hard for a young lad to sort of like want to play when there's, especially the players who've got people like Jenna's Premiership experience, and there's lots of appearances they've played, so it's hard for me, but I need to go out on loan and prove to I feel like I can do it in a professional league, so that's the way I need to do it.
Okay.
How was Pompey when you were down there?
Yeah, it was a difficult club
at a difficult time.
Yeah, it was. But no, I can come out of that learning quite a lot, because I went down there, and I remember the first day we went there, got changed at the stadium, ate there, and then went to a public university, then trained on a really bobby pitch, and there was the kids are around abuse and everything like that, and I was just like, wow, this is. But it was good. I was disappointed that I didn't play more, but when I went, first of all I was going to go down there when Appleton was the manager, and it didn't happen in time. It was the last day of the window that he was trying to get through, and it didn't. And then Guy Whittingham took me, and I went down there, and it was good, and I made my first appearance. And then I remember he had a meeting with the chairman, and he said to me that the chairman's basically said that he wants the young players at Pompey who are coming through to be the only ones to be progressing. That was disappointing, because I thought I could have played my part in trying to help them not only step but win games, because the fans they have there are just incredible. I think they went on a crazy run where it was 8 or 9 games where they were no points at all. And then you'd go at home and there'd be 10,000 there. Their fans are brilliant. And they deserve to be doing a lot better than what they're doing. Hopefully they can start improving.
You say that you want to go out on loan and obviously get games and stuff, but that must be quite difficult where you're going into a club that you don't know, loads of players that you don't know, and you're only there for a month or 2 months.
Yeah,
and you've got to make an impact.
This is the problem that a lot of young players face at the moment, but it's where you grow as well, because it is difficult, and that's how you're going to grow into a man and into difficult experiences, because not everything in football is nice and pretty. You can go to difficult away games on a Tuesday night, and you know that if you've gone into different places, different people, and you've sort of come out of it in a good way. You can go to these sort of grounds where you can take abuse and everything like that. It's a good learning curve, I think. So it's good.
What do you say is your best position? Are you wide midfield or central?
No, central, up and down. Yeah. Number 8, typical number 8.
Box to box type.
Yeah, that's what I'd like to play. But if someone said you go and go, I'd do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's get into that stage. Tell us about your international experience. You've been away with the youth squads and things.
I've been first called up for the Republic of Ireland at under 17 level, and I've played all the way through, and this is my first year of call-ups for the under 21s, and it's been really good. It's been a quite difficult last 10 days we've been away, because obviously Trapattoni leaving Ireland, it's obviously meant Noel King, who's the under 21 manager, he's stepped up with the first team.
Okay.
So we've had this and it's just made things a little bit difficult. We've had difficult travelling arrangement when we went to Romania and things like that. So the boys went on quite a big shift.
Is Don Gibbons still involved?
No, he's not.
He's not. Rangers legend.
Yeah. No, he's not. No.
Right.
No, it was. I really enjoy it, because, like I said, you in England everything's 100 mile an hour, the tackles are flying in. You go to different countries, go to different experiences and things like that, and it's just like opens your mind. So obviously, you know, fingers crossed QPR can get into European football and stuff like that, but it just shows like when you go into them sort of like different places, different refereeing styles, it opens your mind, you know what I mean? You need to sort of experience that, so you know if you ever do get the opportunity where these situations happen, then you know, you've got a bit of experience behind it.
Do you think, I mean, having seen the likes of Max and Tom sort of in and around the bench, off the bench, I mean, does that make you feel good that you're at a club where if you can prove yourself, you might get a chance as a young player?
Yeah, well, you can only use it in a positive way, and to see, I'm really close to Tom Hitchcock, and to see him come on and score, it's just brilliant, you know, and it makes me think, wow, I'd love that for me to do that, and, you know, I can only sort of look at that and think, if he's getting his opportunity, then I need to get my head down and work double as hard as what I have been working for the manager to give me that opportunity, and then when you do get it, you've got to take it. So.
Do you train exclusively now with first team squad, or are you still training with the EDS?
It really varies. I don't think that they like to sort of label you, you know, like in a way that you're always with the first team. I think because sometimes you can get complacent because, you know, that's when I think they watch a lot. You know, if you're training with the first team, then you have an EDS game.
Yeah.
A lot of it is how you deal with that, because you know certain lads could think, oh, I'm with the 21s today, I'm not going to try as hard and things like that. Especially with Birchie and people like that in charge. That's a massive factor. They look at your attitude and if you're working as hard as what you do with the first team, because that's generally where you're going to get our match time is with the 21s games. And if you're doing well in the 21s, you deserve to be training with the first team. Do you know what I mean? So I mean, yeah, it's good. I think that they do.
As younger players, how do you find working under Harry?
Yeah, brilliant. Obviously, you can see his CV. You know, he's taken Tottenham to the Champions League. He's managed people like Gareth Bale who are now top level. So he's been really good. You know, and what I like about him is you can go and speak to him and he'll just tell you honestly what he thinks. And you know, he's not going to say this and say that. He's coming from like what he actually thinks. And yeah, he's been brilliant with the young lads.
That's great. That's good to hear. How do the differing roles of Kevin, Joe and Harry compare?
Really different, because there's different ways they express things, and especially Redknapp in training, he sort of takes a step back and he watches things, and Joe and Kev, they become much more like active in training. Yeah. And you know, if you're making a mistake, Joe and Kev will be like, you know, you'll hear them anyway, vocally like loud, a lot louder. But no, it's good because different opinions, like, you know, they're all very like experienced and knowledgeable in the game, and they just have different opinions, so they can take you aside and say, well, I think you need to work on this, work on that. And then the gaffer, like, he overlooks everything, and then off the pitch he may come up to you and say, listen, I think you need to do this, you need to do that. It's good to have different voices in your ear all the time.
I quite liked Steve McLaren though, from what you said about the summer.
Yeah.
That was obviously valuable 3 months to have with him. What did you pick up from him?
Positivity, first of all, like coming into from a hard, difficult season last season to then come into a pre-season, and he just brought like a positive energy, like a feel-good factor straight away, and I think that was massive. And just his tactical awareness. Once he's been abroad, he's an England manager. He sort of just when the young lads come up, you want to work as hard as you can. You want to do everything at 100 miles an hour. And he just sort of like, well, for me personally, just sort of slowed things down, just like positioning and technical and things like that. And that was I learned quite a lot from him. I enjoyed that.
Can I ask how you got picked up by Rangers in the first place?
Yeah, I was playing. I live in Ruislip, and I was playing for Ruislip Rangers. I think I was like 9 years old. Just got scouted there, and then went to the development centre, and then I think I was there for like a week, and then came under. And then I remember Bobby Ross was here. He was head of everything like that, and Joe Gallen, and then just come through.
So you've been here since you were sort of 9, 10?
9, 10, yeah.
Yeah.
How many other lads live with you that came through you?
Well, I think Max was when he was about 11 or something.
Yeah, he was, yeah. But he's a couple of years older than me.
Yeah.
In my age group, I was the only one. But then I think Michael Harriman, he's been in quite some time. Yeah, Max, I think that's it pretty much. Yeah. There's not many left anyway.
Michael's now at Gillingham.
Yeah. I remember I played with him all the way through as well. And Matt, like I said, Max was a couple of years older.
Yeah.
But I remember, he's come through as well.
So is that the sort of level you're looking at for like Michael's got a season at Gillingham now? Is that what you'd like a sort of season like or something like that? So
just a sustained amount of games, knowing that I'm going to play every week. That can only improve me because it's only so much you can. Anyone can knock on the gaffer's door and say like, I want to play, and there's only so much you can do in training.
Which makes it hard to set a target in a way.
Yeah.
When you don't.
Yeah, of course.
It's like just day to day, pretty much.
And I think a massive thing is a level of trust. If a manager, if he plays someone, who's he going to play a lad who's never seen before, in front of a crowd, or you know what I mean? And that's a massive factor, I think. So as a young lad, I need to go out there, prove that I can do it on a Saturday in front of a crowd, and consistently do it over a sustained amount of time, and then come back and then say, I want to play and I'm desperate to play. And that's what I need to do.
Okay, excellent. And now we'll just do a separate piece with Clive.
yeah, is that okay if I grab you for 3 minutes?
Do you want to go into my room for that?
Yeah,
the
so
audio
it's
will
a
be
bit
better.
quieter.
Yeah,
Okay. Sorry. I'll leave
Cheers,
you
no
alone.
worries.
Cheers, thanks.
No worries.